Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Our Stock Trades. I hope everyone's doing okay. Please let me know if you can hear me. It has been a while since we've last spoken. I've turned off the video camera because I still am in an area where the internet is a little bit slow. So I want to make sure we save the internet connection and speed for the content because that's the most important part. But we should be getting back on the early schedule very soon and shortly. Perfect. Okay, good. All right. So, nope, that's my Google turning on. All right. So let's go ahead and let's get straight to business. Okay. So for people that don't know, I went ahead and I issued a downgrade on Clover. Now, I'm going to explain to you why we did this downgrade and how is this downgrade going to affect our price target. Now, I think at the levels we're at now, it's not necessarily going to affect it a lot because it's still going to be good money. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about this quarter. I promised you guys I would be giving a more thorough, in-depth analysis. I was going to save this for next week, but I'm going to go ahead and give it to you guys this week, and we'll continue to slowly unpack this quarter because a lot has happened. I mean, you have to admit, new leadership, new this and that. A lot's going on. But first, let's go ahead and review kind of what's going on, the basics with Clover Health here, okay? So as you can see here, Clover Health has been increasing its revenue and it's been going into the right direction. However, this jump that we've seen is, really close to an artificial. This type of growth is really unsustainable, okay? But regardless, even if they do grow at half of where they're at or half of another half, it's still in the right direction. But I just wanted to kind of give you a 30,000 foot view of where Clover is at now. You can see that something marvelous is happening with their revenue, but also you can see that the operating income, we're starting to slowly see it move up the axis into the positive territory. Likewise, if you look at net income has been really negative, but it's been going into the right direction. In fact, if you see the net income of 2022 of Q2 in comparison to 2021 of Q2, you can see that the net income has decreased literally by a magnitude of approximately 200 million. And we're going to be basing our calculation off of this and taking some assumption cuts to get at the truth of the true value of Clover. Now, if you don't remember and don't recall, I specifically stated for Clover that every quarter that we get more data from the company is every satellite projection that we're going to send off with our intrinsic value calculation, and more we get out towards the truth. So if people don't understand statistics and kind of data sampling, you have power, right? So you have different types of stats you can look at. You can look at, power. You can, when you do an analysis, you do type 1 errors, type 2 errors, and you look at these different things. But the best way to essentially get at the truth is to have a representative sample size. You need to increase your power of N, increase the amount of data that you have to essentially get at the truth of the company, okay? So as you can see, when Clover shot up here, the growth rates were extreme, but right now we are shooting down. And we need to know how low is this going to get? Is it going to be above 50% and under 100, or is it going to be below 50%? And that's the battle of the bulls right now. This is the missing piece that everyone, you see how it's empty? Everyone's trying to figure out, where is this gonna go? And the people that find out where are the ones that are going to have an accurate representation of what the true value of Clover is going to cost. Now, for people that don't understand what is value, what am I trying to talk about value? Well, when I talk about value, I'm talking about the where the price is at now relative to the intrinsic value. Okay. So when we do an intrinsic value calculation, we are finding the utmost value of the stock at the current time that we're in. And sometimes the stock market could, for example, be overvalued, like when we had that short squeeze. It became over its fundamentals, right? Because remember, they didn't have direct contracting during that time. Or let's say right now, when it's undervalued, right? So we can basically and the more data we get, the better this line will become, more clearer it will become. Okay. And that's what we're trying to figure out right here. Okay. So I hope that was helpful explanation. Now we're going to go in and we're going to talk about a couple of things. So before we move to this, I just kind of, want to take a quick breather in terms of explaining this really quickly here. So we had a couple of subscribers say non-insurance revenue is 2/3 of the total revenue. And the person states their truth. And then they say, the big concern is this shouldn't be ignored, a drop between Q1 to Q2. Now, when you analyze a company, okay, you do not want to compare the previous quarter with the current quarter without all the other quarters adding on to your analysis, right? You have context, which is why when Clover reports or when any other company reports, they compare They compare Q2 to Q2 of the last year. So Q2 of 2022 versus Q2 of 2021. Now, this person is comparing this 100 to 106, and they got the 106 from here, but he misses the point that they actually went from 111 to 106. The only time where you're able to theoretically compare quarter from the previous quarter is actually looking at all the quarters and drawing an analysis line to see that's incorporating all the data. This person's not doing that. I tried to explain, people went back and forth arguing, and it's retail. This is why. And then this person here came on, and I really agreed to what he was saying. He said, that's not how fundamentals work. You should never compare consecutively. It's QQ year over year. So it should be compared Q2 from last year. Business tend to occur in seasonals, right? Again, a lot of patients don't really go to their doctors in the summer because they're traveling. A lot of it, and that's data, right? So then he said something that's so true. Unfortunately, that's probably why you saw a dip after earnings. Retail doesn't understand how market fundamental analysis operations work. And that's exactly what you can do. People, unfortunately, will sell, and you can take advantage of that, right? Now, who on here had the obsession and said, man, when the prices were down here, I'm like, man, I wish I sold up here and bought back here. The problem is people do that, and all of a sudden the stock shoots back up, and you're kind of stuck, So it's a tough game to play to try to map this out. That's why I always have like two different accounts, one for just day trading, and if I end up losing on the day trade, I know it's a long term anyway, so it just becomes a long term hold. But anyway, that's just kind of like I wanted to put that out because I saw someone saying, "Man, I wish I sold up here," and I understand. I mean, the temptation is real. You know how many times I felt like that? So I understand. Okay, so now we're going to go into our intrinsic value calculation, but first we're going to go ahead and do some assumptions. Now you've never seen me do this before. This is new. Okay, I'm going to teach you something new. Okay, all right. So just a quick kind of overview. We did see an increase in revenue by an order of over 100%, maybe I think 105%. The big one here is net loss. Let's look at net loss. Net loss went from negative. See, whenever you have those parentheses around its accounting principles, which means it's a negative number, okay? So we went from negative 317 million to 104 million. That's literally adding approximately $200 million, okay? So we're going to assume that next year's Q2 of 2023 is 96 million. We're going to assume they're going to do the same thing. They're going to increase linearly from this, okay? They're going to do good, and they're going to go ahead and go to 96 million, which means that they're positive. Now, how am I comfortable saying they're going to be positive? Well, because Vivek and all of them were saying, hey, we're going to be free cash flow positive and we're going to become profitable next year. Now, hold on. You can't take this number at face value. You need to do assumption cuts. Okay. So what are assumption cuts? What is that? So I'm going to take 96 million. I'm going to multiply it by 65%. I'm going to say, you know what? 65% of this is going to be achieved. So I'm giving them literally a 40% runway of messing up. Okay. So next year's Q2 of 2023, I estimate it to be $62 million. I think they're going to have $62 million of net income positivity. Now, For the full year, you just take 62.4 million, multiply it by 4 quarters to get you $249 million of net income. So by 2023, I expect them to have, like, if the fiscal year when 2023 is said and done, I expect them to have $249.6 million. Okay. That's around $250 million of net income. Then usually it's around this price, but I'm going to do another cut. I'm going to take 50% of this and I'm going to say, you know what? The free cash flow, my estimated free cash flow, and honestly, I think it's going to be real free cash flow. There's no estimation here. Next year, I think when the fiscal year is done, they're going to be at $124 million in free cash flow. Now, a lot of you are going to say, and I agree with you, like, hey, Al, that's a little lower than what we've said. And exactly is. I am undervaluing this because I want to be conservative because, this is my money down the line, right? And this is what we teach in our Mastering Stock Market course and our Al Stock Alerts. We want to be conservative. This is, how hard it is to make money. You want to be freaking conservative, All right. So with that stated, let's say they're going to make, we know this year, we'll do this year. We know this year they're set to make around $3 billion. They have it somewhere here. We expect $3 billion. I don't like, let me find it. They expect $3 billion right here. $3 billion right there. See, they expect $3 billion this year. So we're just going to say 3. Okay. Now, normally what you can do is you could take 3 billion, right? Again, that's in millions, right? And you can multiply it by 5%. That's 150 freaking million. Okay. We are undervaluing this company. Okay. I'm saying by 2023, the end, I'm saying by January 1st of 2024, they're going to have $124 million free cash flow. Dude, that's pretty much basically saying that's less than, I think they're going to make $4.5 billion in 2023. I'm saying I'm going to take 1%, 2% of that, and that's going to become free cash flow positive, right? So I think this number is going to be even higher, but it is their first year of it becoming profitable. I'm giving them a lot of errors within this calculation so I can get at the truth, okay? Because again, retail is going to take this to insane levels because they're going to think it's a short squeeze, okay? Okay. And we don't know that, right? But I want to know so I can get out when the time is right, or maybe sell out, my position half and then let the other half ride up. And then once it touches back to, you get the point, right? You get the point. All right. So for our free cash flow, we're going to be at $124 million. Okay. So let's go ahead and so now that we went this, I'm going to go over this. Okay. I'm going to say this again. Repetition is the mother of learning. Okay. So from Q2 of 2021, they went from negative 300 million to negative 100 million. They went up. That's good. That means they're becoming less negative. And we saw this here. Okay. We saw this here. They went literally from here to here. Okay. That's a big jump. Okay, guys, that's a big freaking jump. Okay. So I took this number and this difference is 96%. I said, you know what? I'm going to take around half of this, 65%. And I'm going to say they're going to make $62.4 million for Q3 of 2023. I multiplied by the 4 quarters. I got 249. Then I took half of that to get the free cash flow. Okay. I'm undervaluing this company. So now let's go to our intrinsic value calculation. You can find this in our Mastering Stock Market course. Here is where you can find it at alstocktrades.com. We are a reputable business. We have been featured on Bloomberg, NASDAQ, Benzinga, Yahoo Finance, and you name it. We've been on there. And you can read about our articles, I believe, in this link there. Okay, so now we're going to go in and look at our intrinsic value calculation. Okay. And we're going to go in and we're going to put in this number right there. We're going to put our estimated, which is 124.8. Okay, there it is. So now that we have this, now it's been injected. Okay. Now I want to know the growth of Clover. Okay. This is where this picture comes into effect. What is going to be the growth? What is the truth? What is the truth? Is it going to sustain? Is it going to keep going? We need to figure it out. Okay. So to do that, we're going to go in back to our intrinsic proprietary software. So we're going to go to our linear progression analysis and we're going to go here. Okay. And what we're going to be doing is I want to zoom in so you guys can see. Okay. And I am going to just kind of put the clove, put it in there just for numeric, and I'm just going to look at the projections. So we know they're going to make $3 billion. They're going to make $3 billion by 2022. Okay. I want you to just focus on this. Do not focus on the graphs. We'll worry about the graphs later. Okay. We're going to go in and I am going to give them a growth rate of, remember how we used to give them like if we give them a growth rate of 105%, this is exactly, we expect them to have this much money. I don't think they're going to be growing. I'm going to remove think. I know they're not going to be growing over 100% for the next freaking 5 years. If they do, then we have another Tesla on our hands. Then then we are lucky mother effers. I can tell you that. Okay. But when it comes to investing, you always need to take the worst case scenario. Okay. I'm going to drink some water. Give me a break. Hold on. Give me a second here. Okay, good. Let's get back. All right. So, we can go ahead and say our normal average, 61%, right? And I think they might be growing around that. However, we need to be conservative. We need to be conservative because if they're going to make around 800, what are they making now? Around $800 million every quarter, around that, 800 million. If we say they can increase by, let's say, by 300 million or 400 million, right? If they're going to increase by 400 million added on to 800 million, we can say they can make $1.2 billion every quarter. They'll be at 4.8 billion. But if you take 4.8 billion minus this year and divide by this year, they'll be at 60%. So that's the goal, right? But I am going to be very conservative, which is why I'm downgrading it, because I need Clover for them to prove to me. I need them to prove to me that they can get over 40, over 50%. If they can do that, then we can definitely start raising our price target. But now we're getting closer to the truth because we are seeing a decrease. We did see a drop here, a loss of 0.7%. Again, less than 1%. Everyone chill out, of lives under management. Okay. So we're going down the list here, but the total lives under management decreased by 2,036 people. We're going to talk about this, but I just want to put it in the back of your head right now. We will talk about this right now. Okay. So we're going to go in and we are going to go from there and move to the right here. So we want to put that in your ear. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say Clover Health is going to grow at around 37%. I'm going to put them at 37%. Okay. On average, we're going to shoot them 10 years into the future. Okay. And we're going to give them outstanding. Well, first off, what is it trading at now? 3.3? 3.30. Okay. And I'm going to put the outstanding shares and it's going to give us the calculation. But before we do that, I want to go ahead and do a quick response. Give me a moment. Let me shift this here. Let me shift this there. Okay, we're back. All right. So I wanted to go ahead and respond a couple of comments, kind of take a break. Okay. But I also wanted to just put this into perspective here. So someone today said, there it is. And I read all your comments, you know what I mean? Because again, this is a freaking community, right? Someone said, I can't believe you announced the downgrade. I'm done watching your channel. I said, see ya. We are not a hype channel, right? So, all right, guys. So let's go ahead and respond to this, okay? Let's go. This is like a little break before we go into our calculation. So listen, okay. Unfortunately, with retail, is they get to a point where, unfortunately, they become. Here, let me go ahead and zoom here so you guys can see the comment. Unfortunately, with retail, I don't really see them as investors, right? And I've been in the market for such a long time. It's bad. You know what I mean? Chamath Palihapitiya even said it. If you do opposite of retail, you're going to make money. I mean, if that doesn't basically tell you that you need to follow against the grain, then it is what it is. A lot of YouTubers out there, they probably would be like, oh no, I don't want to lose someone watching my channel, so I'm going to just speak positive about a company. Well, you guys have to understand something. I'm going to be a doctor. The YouTube is not my career. This is a hobby, right? I don't need to build this. I'm building the software, and it's everything that I get from this is in being invested back into this business. And once I'm done, and once this business is sustainable, where essentially it doesn't really need it's a constant, there's no innovation needed anymore. We're going to still innovate. All that money that I'm going to be getting, we're going to be doing videos of donating it to like underserved children in pediatric hospitals that are diagnosed with terminal cancer. That's my goal, right? But I don't, and I'm very blessed. I don't have the pressure to try to make a false narrative for this particular individual to make him happy, because I need the views. I have 4 degrees. My 5th degree will be a medical doctorate degree with a 25% completed MBA. I'm going to be a physician, and I'm going to be earning well. So which is good. It doesn't pressure me, for YouTube to, try to get the clicks. As you can see, my videos are not really clickbaity. I kind of say it how it is. I don't do those videos where I'm selling everything, or I'm selling Clover, or any of these clickbait bullshit, because I believe in your time. Okay. Anywho, that's my response. And the reason why I'm taking a quick break is Al, I love you, man, and I appreciate your efforts, but I don't ever want you to hear you are downgrading Clover again. I get it, man. I completely understand. I feel you. Okay. But we have to find the truth. We have to set that price target, right? I can't, for me, I can go ahead and give you guys a BS price target, and then I can go ahead and do something in my own account, right? But is that fair? Is that fair? Is that fair to the people that paid $1,000 to get in our mastering stock market course, where we give everything and all the data? That's when I say full transparency, there's obviously a level of degree of, where there's full transparency ends. But when it comes to something like this, of course we have to say the truth. There are some red flags, and I'm going to say these red flags right now. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and make sure we go through these comments. Okay. So red flags. What are the red flags? Well, I wouldn't consider this drop a red flag, but if this continues dropping, definitely it's going to be scary. This is not something that I want to see. This is not good. No bueno, right? But again, it's okay. I think because this transfer of ACO, just like what Andrew Toy was saying, the transfer could cause a muck up. And I remember one of the analysts was saying, what are the lives under management, for Clover Assistant? And Andrew Toy said, you know what, we're not doing that anymore. And and I wanted a little bit more of an explanation onto like why they're not doing that. I felt like that would be a little better. I do feel like a lot of the questions were deflected, and perhaps maybe Andrew Toy could make a video explaining those 3 analyst questions, and or maybe sending it to them and then sending it to the public. That'll increase also investor confidence, right? But you have to remember, they're also busy. Maybe this is why Andrew Toy became the new CEO, because they are seeing a trend, and they need to, they are, regardless of what we can say, they are making changes. Okay. This company's changing their whole infrastructure. Okay. So, oh, Meet Kevin thanked you for your tweet. I can't remember what it was about. Yeah, I honestly, I don't even, I think I commented, yeah, no, I mean, listen, for Meet Kevin, I don't have any hard feelings for him. I really feel bad for him. People are freaking assholes. They're like really assholes with this whole this, I'm not even going to say it on, dude, the guy's human, and I just feel really bad for the guy. Honestly, it's, people need to, I feel bad for him. So my thoughts and prayers are with him, and I hope he can manage his family with crazy YouTube commenters. I'm happy he turned off the comment section, because, the man, there's only so much a human can take. Okay. Yeah. So let's, so we talked about this red flag, and also all the other comments that were deflected. As an investor, I'm an investor. I want to know, like, I'm with you guys, I want to know, well, why'd you deflect? Like, could you make a video about it, or get, that would be nice, right? But we'll see. Again, the data will tell. So because of all these things and this drop here, right, I want to know, in terms of sustainability, what will be the price target of Clover? Now, Well, all we got to do is take 470.85. That's around the average that they have, right? And the new price target of Clover is going to be anywhere around $19.83 to $41. Now, to be safe, we can give them a 35%, and that'll be anywhere between $17 to $35.86. Okay. We're going to put Clove here. You guys can take a screenshot. Okay. So, but, people are going to say, this individual, where'd he go? He said, "Oh, I can't believe you announced a downgrade. I'm done watching your channel." Well, I mean, this is the truth, man. If you don't want the truth, then, that's why I said, I kept it real. I said, you know what? I see ya, we don't let the cyber door hit you on the way out, right? No, right. And then, we are not a hype channel. I am not. Again, as you can see, guys, I forget to tell you, yeah, please drop a like, subscribe, right? But to be quite frankly honest, like, people that are here, I appreciate you. I love you. I see you as family, right? I take care of you, right? But again, YouTube is not something that I'm trying to, I'm trying to live on, right? This is not I'm not trying to live on this thing here. All the money that we get from here is directly injected within this to help retail investors. That's pretty much everything what we're doing here. Okay. All right. So, this is the price target, right? So, I always get this question. What do you think about Clover, by the end of the year? I don't have a crystal ball. It's harder to predict by the end of the year. I would like to see Clover at around $5 to $6 by the end of the year, right? But based on this, I think in 2 years from now, heck yeah, in a year and a half from now, I think Clover is going to be anywhere around $17 to $20. Knowing the market, maybe anywhere between 14 to 18. But personally, my price target now for Clover is $25 until proven otherwise. That's my price target for Clover. So we dropped. We went from $48. We went from 42 to 48. Now back down to 25. We need to get at the truth. We need to get at the truth, and hopefully, by next year, we're gonna see if this is going to be 35%. Who knows? It could be 20%. And if that's the case, this is the right. So at right now, what is the market factoring for Clover? Well, the market's factoring. I'll tell you what the market's factoring. This is what the market's factoring right now. The markets for Clover is factoring around a 4% growth, 3.5% growth of Clover, right? So I personally, I don't think I don't think they're going to grow 4%. I think a monkey could beat that, right? You know what I mean? So they're not going to grow 4%. But as you can see, guys, listen, $25 is a 600% increase. That's 6x your. I mean, I don't know what. That's a lot of money, right? That's a lot of dinero, okay, to be Xing, okay? All right, let's go ahead and go through the comment sections, and we're going to go in and go through our support and resistance here, okay? All right, let's go ahead and make this screen so we can get it bigger here. All right, let's go ahead and from Brazil, hey, man, one day I hope to visit Brazil. Americans are very infatuated by the women over there. That's something I've learned here as a citizen. Okay. Al, have you ever reviewed? No, I have not, but thank you. You just reminded me. So we are upgrading our Al Stock Alerts and Mastering Stock Market course members. We're not going to be doing a price increase just yet. This will be coming soon, but we are going to be incorporating bi-monthly group video chats, okay? Which basically means that you come up and say, "Hey, Al, look up Bark," right? And then we can do a voting, and everyone who joins the chat can vote, and they can see what stocks they want, right? And then we pick the highest one, and then we go down the list, okay? And we do this bi-monthly, okay? And it's literally that's around an hour each, so that's 2 hours. And normally that, for $12 for 2 cups of coffee, that's like unheard of, right? But not just that, you'll get also access to all this other data here. I mean, guys, you're getting this is like literally free, okay? So again, the reason why it's cheap is because the money that we get from here is injected to pay this off. we're making it to where we're getting you hedge fund information and all this data to a point where it's so cheap that retail can afford it. Okay, so we are incorporating bi-monthly. So for people that want me to analyze a stock, we will have that in our video channel within our private Discord. Okay. All right. All right. And also Ahmad's from Jordan. So we're getting people from all around the world here. That's really cool. Maine. Yes, I love Maine. I had my best friend. He's used to live in Maine for 2 years. He said he loved it. Hey, Kim, how you doing? Let's go here. Hear you. Are we getting screwed in this? I wouldn't call this for me. I don't think so. I haven't sold. I haven't lost my conviction. I'm just altering the price target and the free cash flow based on the data they give me. Because again, everything else was estimated, right? So that's how you get at the truth, right? We will see CLOV to 10 this week. Oh man, that's very confident. Hey, if it goes to 10, gonna have to whip out our technical analysis and all that good stuff to on our day trading account there. 10 CLOV 10 by 2026. I don't think so. I think it's gonna be higher. But again, don't take my word for it. Our stock trade, should I put all my savings, 40,000 into CLOV? So Danny, we are not financial advisors. We're not, even we are an LLC, but we are not think of us like a Morningstar or Yahoo Finance, even though we give you way more than these people, right? We're not financial advisors. And so we cannot say what to do, but we do give you the pieces, the information, and the understanding from an educational standpoint of how to understand evaluations of companies. And then you can go in and you can take a responsibility for your account. Because the thing is, it's you have to always ask yourself, you got to always you teach a man how to fish, they'll be poor their whole life, right? So I'm teaching you how to fish. Okay. All right. Check out Onion. Yeah. So we'll definitely do that. If you're in our private group, we'll definitely start doing this. Okay. Meet Kevin. Hey, right back at me, Kevin. Let's see here. I think I think he's been attacked a lot. It's not fair. We should all be a community, and it's just not fair. Okay. So he has kids, man. It's just people on the internet can be very brutal. Okay. Respect. No, of course, man. A lot of people on YouTube, it's very hard. Like when you go to like CNN, but let's do this exercise, okay? The same Joe Biden suddenly looks different. Biden reset the image. You see here, from revealing an airstrike overview, Trump's Florida home has caused headaches for U.S. security. Okay. Then you go to Fox. Okay. You go to Fox. FBI warns of dirty. Okay. That's increasing calls. Yeah. So one side blames the other, and one side blames this side, and one side, but blah, 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 blah. Okay. Americans are very tired of fake media. Okay. And I hope the investing community is also tired of that too. My goal here, no matter if we have one subscriber or we have billions of billions, we're going to keep it real. Okay. That's just how we do it. And I mean, I've, been on the street. If you look at my story, you can see my story here. This is my story. I've seen the worst in humanity. So, I'm not really going to be swayed by comments that say something like, "Oh, I'm not going to watch your channel anymore because you downgraded." Okay, well, hey, you're lost, man. You know how many hours I spend doing this out of my time? If you don't see value in this, oh, to do. All right, good. So I'm happy that you guys appreciate it being real. Okay. 35, what I've said for 2 years by 20. Exactly. You're right on top of it. And hopefully in the future, we could open this up. I'm still learning how this YouTube thing works. I know, I mean, to me, 4,000 subscribers is a lot. I don't know to you, but to me, that's a lot, right? But don't let it trick you. I still don't understand YouTube, so one of these days I'm going to open this up and we can you can show me your analysis and we can come together. I'm doing that with our private group now. We're going to be doing that and we're going to take it to virtual reality soon. We're going to be sitting in a table. We can all talk amongst each other from all around the world. Again, I'm trying to build a community. This is going to be fun. Okay. I like you to tell the truth. I'm so tired of YouTubers lying. Yeah, exactly. And that's why I started this whole damn thing. And a lot of them are pressured to lie because then they'll lose their subscribers. Like a bunch of these AMC people, they make these videos now just to get ad revenue, just to keep up the hype. And it's like at some point you're gonna have to, you know what I mean? But it is what it is. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I agree. Money securities gives you options to live your life how you want to. Very rarely does someone want to be a debt slave, but the system is designed to create. The system is designed to essentially, sadly, make you work for a paycheck. You think if the system was designed to help you, you would have understood this. You would have been taught this in middle school. You would have been taught this in high school. Okay, but this is not taught. Okay, all right. What's the next thing? Getting ready for a second round squeeze. And that's exactly what people are saying. And we're going to have to, it's a lot of work on me because I'm covering the stock. I'm going to have to figure out the short squeeze price target based off of a lot of technical indicators and whatnot. But you can also work on this. You could figure out what is Apple trading at, or what is Netflix, what is Facebook, what are those stocks trading at? And you can analyze this. They're trading at a bear case and base case. So you can say, okay, well, I'm going to sell out at 17 if it squeezes or something like that, right? But the beautiful part is, out of all the short squeeze plays, this is the one that is backed by fundamentals, okay? All right. It's like, this is a real freaking company. Let's go ahead, and last but not least, let's go do our, this is part of our Al Stock Alerts subscription. This is Monte Carlo. So we can do a Monte Carlo to see where Clover could be headed. So Monte Carlo is saying, hey, we could go down, but it's more closer to the green side, right? So Monte Carlo is projecting this, but it is more closer up to the green. Okay. Let's go ahead and let's look at CLOV minute. Hey, hello from Tucson. Oh my God. Wow. You know what they say, right? Arizona has the most beautiful girls, so that explains why. I'm just kidding. All right. That was unprofessional. My apologies. But I'm very happy to see a female, a woman, on here, because that's makes me very excited. All right. So let's go ahead and let's do a CLOV hour, CLOV day, and CLOV week. Okay, so then we kind of too many commands. It's telling me calm down there, cowboy. All right. There it is. All right. All right. There. Okay. Good. So now let's look at it here. So based on this, let me drink some water. My throat's killing me. Hello from Venezuela. Chi-town, Venezuela, Germany. Look at all the diversity. I'm very, very honored and happy to have this. It's beautiful. Okay. So, I gotta Google where this is from. I like the with the two little dots on that. We don't have that in English. It's really cool. Okay, so we have the 1313 is now the new support line. Now we're gonna try to battle the 340. The battle of the bulls is the 340 right here. Okay, if we drop again to 98, but however, we are seeing some support at that 278, like I stated. I believe the stock is going to be trading anywhere between 250 to around 310. It's already went over that, which is impressive. So I think this will be the new range for Clover now, whenever we get some bad news and good news. But I think we are going towards more good news. All right. Let's go ahead and go to the hour again, 276, past the 308. 365 is the next level. All right. Write these down or take screenshots. Clover on the day. Again, we got a nice bounce. You see how you can use this for day trading? You see how helpful this is for our people that are on the stock alerts? This is, for people that understand, these are artificially and these are AI planted support and resistance lines. Normally, this costs $50 to $150 a month. However, it's included in our package along with everything else that we involve in our program for literally 2 cups of coffee a month. Okay. All right. Again, 374 and then 4.2. And last but not least, the week. Once we pass all the resistance here, we're looking at 419, and from 419, it's going to be a 747 jet, right? So maybe a squeeze could stop here. Who knows? So that's why you need this type of support and resistance, which a lot of our members use. As you can see, they use it to help them with a bunch of stocks, right? So, like for example, this person here was looking at Hamex on the minute, right? Hamex, right? And they're looking at because it's short squeezed here. There was a little increase. They're trying to figure out where'd it go, and if you look at it now. It's at 753. You can't really tell any support resistance here, but you can see it right there, right? So anywho, that's kind of how to use it. It's by the river. Let's Germany. Let's take a look at this. I'm interested in geography. Like wow, that is beautiful. I love it. That is gorgeous. What do you think, guys? That's gorgeous. Huh? The architecture is beautiful. This kind of reminds me of Toronto. That little thing I ate at a restaurant over there. A restaurant I think was revolving, so I was circulating the whole city with the restaurant. It was really nice. Toots, who's Toots? I'm sorry. When I think of Toots, I think of Tutu. You know, very beautiful, very beautiful. But I don't want to keep this, keep you guys for too long. We are going to have to make a shorter video for folks that are. I don't know when I'm going to do that, but I wanted to make this for you guys. And again, last but not least, I recommend highly to look at our products. We are going to be increasing the mastering course soon. There is a coupon code called SAVE50, and it will be ending. This will end soon by August 31st. We are ending this. So SAVE50. And you can find our information here. Let me show you. Star it. I've been on Al's trades for 7 months and I love it. It's very useful and helpful, and Bullseye is on the money. Exactly. For people that don't know, Bullseye is the AI pre-planted. These are all incredible, but the Bullseye is definitely amazing because it tells you, let's go all the way down here. It tells you, for example, let's look at JP Morgan. It shows you the strike price. It tells you when to buy and sell, the call, and it gives you the confidence level, right? And the strike, so you can go in, type in JP Morgan, and you can see the strike was hit, right? And it gave it to you. So what time did it give it to you? So it gave it to you here. So it always redirects you. So a couple days it will show you the same stock if it's on the right track. Like this one here, Amazon. This was 43. See? And it literally hits the money. This one's an 82% confident. Whenever you see something this high. So again, guys, you know how they say, oh, you can't beat algorithms and whatnot. Well, we give you the goddamn algorithm here. Okay. That's pretty much what we're doing. Okay. And guys, I love each and every one of you. And if you thought the Stock Alerts platform couldn't get any better, now in both platforms, we are going to be including bi-monthly meetings where you give me the stocks and we analyze them. All right. This will be good for the educational value. It'll be really great. Lastly, I want to update one thing on the hedge fund. Okay. So this will be the last thing we talk about. Give me one moment. Holy shoot. That is crazy. Let me update it. Oh, I don't have permission. Hold on. Let me give myself permission. Give me one moment. It doesn't matter. I will give myself permission later. I want you guys to just look at this timeline, okay? Let's go here and let's go back in May. In May, everyone was bearish. Remember in May? Right here, May 25. Let's look at May 25. I just let's do this exercise. This will be very helpful. Let's go pull up Clove. May 25. Let's look up 6 months. Where the hell was May? May 25. Clover was 256. Then things dropped $2. So let's look at June 14. That's a good one. There it is. There it is. June 14. You see this? See how it went up? It went up, then it dropped. So let's look at June 14. What was smart money doing on June 14? What were they doing? They were literally buying while retail was selling. So June 14, let's go back up here. June 14, we were here. Clover was at $2.05. Okay. Now I want you to look at, this is June 14. I want you to look at now, right now and today, look at dumb money. Let me go ahead and remove this. Okay. Okay. Look, this was June 14. It's all, I mean, guys, you can't hide data. You cannot fake data, right? Data is the only truth we have in this world. Okay. We were here. Remember how it shot up and it came back down? Let me show you. Remember that? It came back down here. The stock market was dropping here. Remember that? You see how the stock dropped? This is the S&P 500. Everyone's saying, we're going to die. Run towards the doors. And everyone is selling, right? YouTubers. Let's look at June 14. Hold on. Let's look. And I hate to make fun of YouTubers, but I'm just going to do it. What's his name? Jeremy? Let's look at Jeremy. What's this? Okay, that's a different. Okay, that's a different channel. Why is Jeremy wearing McDonald's? What the hell's going on here, guys? What the hell's going on? All right, let's look at June 14. Okay, look, you got fire. Oh wait, this is a different. It's not. Is this not him? This is not. As you can see, guys, I still don't know how to use YouTube. Let me look up someone else. What's that other guy? Graham Stephan. He's another big YouTuber. Let's look at him. Let's look at him. So let's look at that. You know, prepare, broke, crash, sell. This was near June 14. Okay, trap, end, broke. You know, all this. Look at he looks. This guy looks like this guy looks like he's about to jump off of a freaking building. I mean, look, this guy. What kind of emotions are these? This guy. I mean, I'm sorry. This guy needs to get out of the market. I mean, come on, right? Look, this guy's just depressed. Just look at him, right? And this is, I feel like this guy is the epitome of this, right? So you remember, I said in June, right there, we were looking red. Dumb money was selling. Now I want you, and look what happened to the stock. Now I want you to look at dumb money now. Look at dumb money now. Look at that. Smart money is selling and dumb money is buying. Okay. You got to be careful because, you know, this is where you have to look at the intrinsic value calculation of stocks. This is where this comes in. Each stock has its different line. Clover could be here, right? Apple maybe could be here, or Tesla could be overvalued, but this stock is undervalued. You need to figure it out. You need to find the value. Sorry, I'm making myself dizzy by going back and forth here. I'm just trying to, where the hell is that dumb money, smart money, right? Here it is. So you can see here, look at smart money. Smart money selling. Look at dumb money now and look at the stock. You see how you can use this one piece to help you trade, right? And that's exactly what we do here with our it's called hedge fund information. Right here. It's right under the brief, right? So, anywho, as you can see the timeline. When stocks go down, dumb money sells. But when stocks go up, dumb money buys. Okay. So I hope that was helpful. That was a fun exercise. Here's everything money. They yeah, they're a little bit on the value side, so they understand value. But anywho, that's all I have for you today. I hope. Sorry for all that I messed with all my organizations. I don't know where the hell everything is now, but I wanted to give you guys this. I wasn't planning to show you the smart money, dumb money, but I think this is helpful to give you guys the experience to say, to give you guys the information there. Okay, the Bulls are back, baby. Oh, you could see, yeah, it's definitely the chaotic retail is back with a vengeance, right? So CLOV may retrace down as retail will stop buying soon. That's pretty much how things work. However, institutions are stepping in Clover. Again, like I said, this here, every stock is every stock has its own intrinsic value line. Some stocks go down, some stocks go up, but you got to follow the line. Follow the line. That's pretty much the trick of this, right? So that's pretty much what I look into it. But I love you guys. I love each and every one of you. You guys have no idea how much you mean to me. And we are going to listen, guys. We're going to design a product, and this product, no one's going to spend 3-4 years of their life to design something that's going to I'm putting in a lot. I have an engineer. We hired engineers. We hired people with more business backgrounds. We are literally going to give this our stock trades a boost that has never been seen before. Okay. We're going to help out retail, and anyone who comes in early, they're going to get rewarded. And you can speak to all of our beta access members from way back. And please check out our tutorial, our testimonials. I love these guys. They were the believers in us in the beginning. And so it is always a privilege and honor. And I love each and every one of you guys. Please stay safe. Understand, it's not all about money. Money will definitely help you pay the bills. But if I were to just say, zoom you through, you have $1 billion, but you have a day to live, would you take that if you had a day to live? Obviously not, because you value your life more than $1 billion, right? So just remember that. Okay. So if you have family that you haven't spent time with because you're busy with the market will always be there. Heck, it was there when the stock market, it was there when the coronavirus closed down the whole world. Okay. So just remember that. Okay. Remember to focus on your health, focus on your family. You know what I mean? And a lot of these rich folks that you see that are literally in the top 10, top 20, a lot of them are not really happy. What is happiness, right? You just look at Bill, what's his name? Bill Gates. Look at him. You think he's happy? He lost the beautiful wife, the beautiful love of his life, right? For what? A secretary? Look at Jeff Bezos. You think he's happy? Look at Elon Musk. He sleeps in a 50,000 roof shack, right? How many freaking girls, women has he been with, right? Do you really think these people are happy? So just remember, you have to weigh life as yin and yang. You have to weigh it, and you have to just make enough to be happy. Okay. And investing will help you retire and be able to enjoy the things that you love. Okay. So love you guys. Hopefully that was helpful, and I will see you on the next one.